welcome to Sports Talk with L-Beasley. I'm here to discuss some NBA again today because the rest of the ESPN NBA player rankings were released today. It was officially now the top 5, so we have our top 5 players. And as I told you guys yesterday on my ESPN NBA player rant episode, the 5 players left were LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Derrick Rose, Chris Paul, and Dwight Howard. Well, today we found out all 5 of those guys as far as what number they were ranked at. Number 5 was Derrick Rose. Number 4 was Chris Paul. Number 3 was Dwight Howard. Number 2 was Kevin Durant. And number 1, you guessed it, LeBron James. Now, once again, I go back to my previous statement that I said before. Besides Kevin Durant and LeBron, who I'll get to in a minute, why is Dwight Howard ranked in number 3? I mean, in a way, that's kind of insulting because, like I said yesterday that Kobe Bryant is, he's in the top 3, hands down. So if you let's just say you're fine with LeBron and Kevin Durant being placed 1 and 2. You're basically telling me that first off, Dwight Howard is number 3 material over Kobe Bryant. First of all, you're telling me Dwight Howard's top 5 talent, which I just don't feel. I don't feel he's top 5 players. I mean, when I think of top 5 players in the NBA, he doesn't come to mind. Maybe even top 10, he might come to mind. Maybe. And maybe that's just because I'm not a fan of Dwight Howard at all. I'm not a fan of his babying, his crying, his can't make decisions. Like I said, I'm not a fan of him at all. Like I said, I can't stand the fact that it took him forever just to even get some decent post moves, and even those he can't execute on a consistent basis. The only thing he does well is defense, and at his size and with his athletic ability, I mean, why shouldn't you? Like I said, in today's NBA, we don't have centers. We don't. Like I said, the only person you can really compare Dwight to at this point as far as centers is Andrew Bynum. Like I said, I mean, you have people like Roy Hibbert and whatnot, but they're not considered to be elite of elite, either because they don't have the skill set, they're hurt all the time, or they're just inconsistent with their execution. But at the end of the day, that was almost an insult. I mean, that's the way I'm kind of looking at it. You're basically saying Dwight Howard is better than Kobe. And then, like I said, to put Derrick Rose even at 5, like I said, I have no problem with Chris Paul's play. Like I said, if you're going to put Chris Paul at 5, the only problem I have with Chris Paul is just the fact that I personally think Deron Williams is the better point guard. But at the end of the day, Chris Paul is still an elite point guard. And like I said, arguably, like I said, to some, the best general on the floor. Like I said, he's just short, which is not his fault. That's not his fault. He's just short, and he doesn't let it hinder, never has. And he's injury prone. He can't stay healthy. I mean, that's really my main thing with Chris. Deron don't have them type of issues. Deron got it all. He just got lost in the shuffle because he went to Brooklyn, who was New Jersey at the time. So that's really my whole thing. But like I said, I really don't have a problem with Chris Paul being top 5. He was in the top 5 last year, if my memory serves me correctly. But for Derrick Rose to be number 5, why didn't you put Derrick Rose at 6? Why does Derrick Rose? I mean, like I said, I love Derrick Rose. I do. He's the youngest MVP. I think he won at 22 years old. Like I said, elite guy. I mean, they gave him a high ranking score. I think his ranking number was like number 5, but as far as evaluation, they ranked him generally on a scale of 1 to 10. And, I think he was like a 9.03, which means he had to get some 10s, which is the same thing LeBron got. So when you're thinking about that, like I said, Derrick Rose is definitely an elite guy. And I'm not saying that he won't come, and I think he's going to come back stronger than ever. I really do. But at the end of the day, he's still not better than Kobe, and Dwight Howard ain't better than Derrick or Kobe. So how does that work? Like I said, personally, if you was gonna keep Derrick, fine. Dwight shouldn't have been the top 5. He should have been number 6. And like I said, if you take Derrick out, it's not an insult for him to be at number 6. He's tore his ACL. He's missing half the season, majority of the season actually. Before he can even come back. So like I said, I go back to my original statement. There is no reason that Kobe should not have been in the top 5, let alone the top 3. To put Dwight Howard at the 3 spot, basically saying he's the 3rd best player in the NBA, was sick. That's sickening. Like I said, that's just pure disgrace. Like I said, to put players, like I said, I was already pissed about Russell Westbrook being put ahead of Deron Williams and Rajon Rondo. But now we're talking about Dwight Howard better than Kobe. I mean, you even saying he better than Chris Paul and Derrick Rose, which is not true. Like I said, he's a top 10 guy. I don't put Dwight Howard in my top 5. I really don't. I never have. I'm not going to say I never will because, never say never. He may actually do something with his career in the next couple of years. But at the end of the day, that just really irked me, I mean, even, like I said, even with the Kevin Durant thing. Is Kevin Durant better than Kobe? Not to me, not. I mean, it's safe to say if you put Kobe in there, you should actually put him at 2. Like I said, it's just a matter of opinion. Based off what you think, or a matter, I'm not going to say a matter of opinion, a matter of bias, because generally it's bias. It's just, I don't like Kobe, he can't do nothing right, or I don't like LeBron, he can't do nothing right, or I don't like Kevin Durant, he can't do nothing right. Most of the time, I say, every once in a while, I get an unbiased opinion on things like this, but like I say, mine is unbiased. I like KD. I like Kobe. I'm not a big fan of LeBron, but I respect him, and I can, like I said, I give him props when he does things well, and I give him basically crap when he gives me crap. Pretty much, I guess you could say it like that. I bring the real. Whether I like you or not, I will always be real and unbiased with the situation. I'm just gonna give you my unbiased opinion. Ain't got nothing to do with if I like you or not, because I can't be biased. So like I said, the top 5 really, that was the main thing. Like I said, I already knew who the 3 players were, who they put ahead of Kobe. Like I said, because LeBron and Kevin don't count. Like I said, they're supposed to be in the top 3. But like I said, to put Dwight Howard at number 3, that was an insult to Kobe. Kobe probably gonna take it out on him in practice. But like I said, at the end of the day, that was horrible. Like I said, Derrick Rose or Dwight should have not. One of them should have not, if not both of them, should have not been in the top 5 this year. Point blank. Like I said, Derrick, I think you are a top 5 guy, but at the end of the day, it's not right now. Like I said, if anything, you should have been at number 6. Kobe should have been moved to number 3, and Dwight should have been number 5. Or like I said, take Dwight out of top 5 and keep Derrick Rose. Whatever the case may be. But that was not an accurate ranking. Like I said, it was plenty of other rankings that I had issues with. Like I said, if you want to go check out the rankings, go to ESPN.com, click on the NBA tab, and you'll be able to see all the rankings from 500 to number 1, just to see who was ranked where, why they ranked that player there, and make your own decision on who should have been where. But at the end of the day, I'm just going on the record. Other than the 1 and 2 part of LeBron and Kevin Durant, I didn't have, other than that part right there and all the other stuff like in the 500, 400s, I did not like basically 3 through 20. 3 through 20 I didn't like. Like I said, Melo was at 17, Rajon Rondo was at 12, Darren Williams was at 10, Russell Westbrook was at 9. It was plenty of stuff. So like I said, go check it out. Go check out my previous episode where I pretty much went on a crazy rant about why I did not agree with the rankings and everything like that, because I'm pretty sure you'll find it funny and be entertained. So go check that out. Moving on to the NFL. Roger Goodell. Well, no, let's not even go back to Roger Goodell. We got our refs back. We got our refs back. The official refs, not replacement refs, not more, teachers from middle school and athletic directors from preschools and stuff like that. Nah, we're not any more PAL refs. Nah, none of that. We got our official refs back, which, like I said, they're not perfect. They're going to probably make some calls before we know it that we like, oh, that was a horrible call. I'm pretty sure I'll hear that tonight against Baltimore and Cleveland. Or I know I'm going to hear it, because that's just how we are. I know I'm going to hear it. But at the end of the day, that was a big move. I'm happy to have him back. Roger Goodell apologized also today, making a statement. He apologized to the fans. And like I said, at this point, your apology for me means nothing. First of all, I don't believe it's sincere. And why did it take this Monday Night Massacre for you to get these negotiations started? Why couldn't you do this originally? Basically, you were almost a little bit nervous that just maybe, some players would start taking action, maybe sitting out, maybe, boycotting, whatever the case may be. Maybe you were worried fans would really not bluffing, and maybe that they would actually not watch the game because they don't want to see another massacre. Just maybe you got a little nervous. Just maybe. Who really knows? Like I said, at the end of the day, your apology means really nothing to me. Like I said, I'm glad we got the rest back. But like I said, I'm more upset that it took this massacre to happen for you to even consider it. It was like, why couldn't you get this done weeks ago? It took, like I said, this horrendous, thing basically happening, this horrendous call, this horrendous play, basically for you to get our rest back. It's just not right. It's not ridiculous. Like I said, you can apologize all you want, Roger Goodell. Like I said, I'm still mad at you for turning this game into a little soft league. Like I said, in a minute we're going to be playing flag football because of you. So I said players can't hit each other no more. Quarterback, you might as well not be able to even sack the quarterback no more. The way you acting, because everything you do now is a penalty. Everybody, I don't know. Like I said, at this point, Roger Goodell, like I said, you got a lot of making up to do as far as I'm concerned when it comes to me anyway. Because like I said, with you don't even, like I said, the league is getting soft. Players can't get hit no more. It's no point in running slants across the middle. More than likely you're going to get laid out and fined. Like I said, it's besides the refs, you're already on my hit list as far as that goes. As far as, there's a number of things on my list, like I said, about you that I do not like that you've done the last couple of years. So like I said, at the end of the day, point blank, we got our refs back. I'm happy about that. Like I said, hopefully, God willing, we see better calls this time. Like I said, definitely looking forward to that. Washington Redskins, I didn't get a chance to really discuss this, like I said, because I went on my little NBA player ranking rant yesterday. I did want to discuss the Redskins signing Ryan Grant, and Ryan Grant spent his last 5 years with Green Bay Packers. Long work with them, did some good things. He rushed for about 1,200 yards in 2008, and I think he rushed for another over 1,200 yards in 2009. And then he suffered that's I think a season-ending ankle injury, if my memory serves me correctly. So he's a good running back, but I wasn't really mad with this sign. I know as a Detroit Lions fan, I know at one point we had brought him here and thought maybe he could sign here. But at the end of the day, I like Ryan Grant. Like I said, big guy, hard runner, keeps those legs moving. Like I said, power guy. And like I said, for the Washington Redskins, I feel like maybe that's what they need. Like I said, I don't think Grant's going to save the day necessarily, but I think he can also just give them that nice running back as long as he stays healthy, because that's kind of been a big thing with the running backs. I mean, you got your rookie star Alfred Morris, so he's been getting banged up in the backfield. He hasn't stayed healthy, and to make room for Grant, that Redskins did place running back Roy Hewlett Jr. on injured reserve. So like I said, if Grant does get on the field, I think he can be beneficial to RG3, hopefully. Like I said, hopefully he can also give some reps to Alfred Morris so he doesn't get hurt his back. Like I said, I really think that Washington has the potential to be that kind of squad, but you got to give RG3 some other help. You can't do it by itself, as I said so many times. Seattle Seahawks, Golden Tate has finally admitted to, not catching the ball, or he just said, I'm not a cheater. That was pretty much his whole thing, because I guess he basically was saying a lot of people would just like him to come out and say I did not catch the ball. But, his whole thing was the evidence on the film, I had no intention of cheating. I was just competing and I was in the moment. Things are happening so quick. I honestly didn't even notice. I didn't try to hurt him or push him down to the ground, but it happened. It was just a reaction kind of thing. That's not a reaction kind of thing, because you don't do it as far as I know, you don't do it no other time. But he basically that's his excuse for, the whole catch, sequence and all that stuff. Oh, I didn't get picked off, all that jazz. And he said, as far as pushing the defender, I was caught up in the moment playing football. At that point, it was just like backyard football. Find a way to get the ball. I didn't intentionally try to shove him to the ground, he said, according to the newspaper he was interviewed by. Yeah, you did. You could say it's in the moment. At the end of the day, I don't expect you to own up to it. Like I said, I was pissed that you didn't, but at the end of the day, I knew you weren't, like I said, but at the end of the day, just be real. You didn't catch it, and yes, you did push him. It's in the moment. It's not in the moment. You just saw an opportunity. You knew you couldn't catch it without pushing him, so you did it. And like I said, that's fine. Like I said, go on and be that guy. I'm not a cheater. I can't say you're a cheater, because I see it happen all the time in football anyway. I've seen a lot of things. Oh, he's a cheater, and things like that. People have been going after Golden Tate pretty hard. He's been called a cheater. They said he didn't have dignity. A couple people said he wasn't even a Christian because he actually brought God into the conversation during his interview of that game, and said he was competing and pretty much brought God into it, which some people who believe in God did not quite like. But at the end of the day, like I said, Golden Tate, will I call you a cheater? In a way, yes, but are you the only one to do this and get away with it in this type of fashion? No, but in football, yeah. We've seen it all the time. We see it all the time. Players, I've seen corners do it. I've seen safeties do it. I've seen receivers do it. I've seen running backs. Somebody cheats. We see offensive linemen and defensive linemen do it. Everybody in football does it at some point. They cheat. The point is, do they get caught? Like I said, just in this case with you, it was on such a big stage as Monday Night Football, and the call was so huge that, it got blown out of proportion. But like I said, at the end of the day, Tate, was he wrong? Yes. But like I said, at the end of the day, it still came down to the refs. I don't give a crap what he did. The point is, you went to that replay, you could see clearly he did not catch the ball, and clearly he did pass interference. Like I said, of course, he's going to deny. But at the end of the day, it still came down to the refs calling the right play, and they didn't. And Seattle stole one. Golden Tate, I don't really feel sorry for you. Hey, you got to suffer the consequences of your actions. That's just the way it goes, man. If you can't deal with it, get out the league. Moving on to tonight's game, Thursday Night Football. Tonight we have the Cleveland Browns versus the Baltimore Ravens, who are, riding high still off that victory against the Patriots that Bill Belichick is still mad about, along with the rest of the Patriots. But at the end of the day, game's over. We can't do anything about it. I'm really looking forward to this game from an offensive standpoint and a defensive standpoint. Offensively, I really want to see, Trent Richardson for Cleveland. He's had his moments this season where you see that Richardson that we all know. But at the end of the day, he has 175 yards so far for 2 touchdowns so far this season. Like I said, he's been impressive. Is he had the greatest year? No, but I think this is almost going to be a little bit more of like, the battle of the running backs a little bit. Like I said, to see, between Trent Richardson, Ray Rice, who has, that better game. Me personally, I'm going a little bit with Ray Rice, just me personally. That's just how I go. But I also wanted to see how Brandon Wheaton is going to do. Brandon Wheaton has had a huge issue with turnovers so far early in this season with 6 interceptions. He's thrown for 677 yards, and we're only, 3 games in. But at the end of the day, the sad thing is he's still throwing the ball and getting intercepted a lot, which is not good. Like I say, expected from a rookie, but it's still not a good thing to see. So I'm really looking to see how Baltimore is going to play. Like I said, defensively. And I really just want to see how Flacco is going to play. I wasn't really impressed with him too much, last game. Like I said, even this season, he's been okay. He's throwing for 913 passing yards and has 6 touchdowns and only 2 interceptions this year. So like I said, I'm really just looking to see how the Ravens are going to, play this running game. Ravens are limiting opposing rushes to 3.3 yards per carry, which is very impressive. That's the league's 4th best mark. So I'm definitely looking to see if they can hold Richardson to that, as I said before. Really want to see if they can do that. Like I said, at the same time, let's see what the Browns got, even defensively. Do I think that they have much? No, but they do have some pieces defensively that do okay at times. But at the end of the day, I'm still picking the Ravens to win this one. And I really just want to see Ravens go out here and execute. In the last couple weeks of football, really since the season started, I've been really upset with the non-execution that I've seen for a full game. I'll see execution, for the majority of the game, 4th quarter comes, or, they just don't execute by scoring touchdowns, or they're settling for too many field goals, and then maybe their defense get relaxed, or whatever the case may be, and then a team ends up settling, and before you know it, we got a football game on our hands. And like I said, from a fan perspective, yeah, it makes the game exciting, and I can turn it back to the 4th quarter instead of being bored and turn the channel. But from a scout perspective, an analyst perspective, take care of business. You're playing the weaker team. Cleveland Browns are 0-3. There is no reason that they should come to your house today, speaking of Baltimore, and give you a game. I'm not saying that they can't give you a game, but there's no reason to. You outrank them. You outmatch them. There's no reason for them to give you a competitive game unless you allow it to. Like I said, unless I just see a totally different Cleveland Browns team tonight, there's no reason. You should take advantage of this game. Take care of them early. Don't necessarily take care of them early and then relax. Take care of them early and keep putting on the pressure and execute. And win this game, go home. You got a nice little win. You 3-1. Cleveland Browns will be 0-4. Period. Like I said, that's really what I want to see. Like I said, when I see teams like Baltimore play these weaker teams like Cleveland, I really just want to see how are you going to play for the entire game. Are you going to play down to their level? Are you going to do Detroit Lions and have a slow start, then want to play the comeback kids? What are you going to do? Like I said, you're coming off a somewhat of a controversial win to some, with the Patriots. But at the end of the day, that's over and done with. I really just want to see what you are going to do against this weaker team. Like I said, there's really no reason for them to beat you. I don't think they can check you defensively. And like I said, honestly, I don't think they can beat you guys offensively, period. So I'm picking the Baltimore Ravens to win this one. Like I said, definitely looking forward to the running back battle between Ray Rice, and you already know Trent Richardson, like I said, but I'm going with the Ravens in this one. I expect them to win by not necessarily a blowout, but I expect them to have a pretty good, decent amount of points ahead. Maybe 14 plus, I'll go with that. 14 plus, hopefully, like I said, there's no reason why they should have struggled with the Cleveland Browns, but if they do, I'm interested to see it. So I'm going with the Ravens in this one. That's it for me today. Be sure to let me know what you thought of my episodes as far as the NBA player rankings, what's going on with the, tonight's Thursday night football game, and just all around different things that I talked about today. Let me know what you think, whether you agree, you disagree. If you want me to discuss anything in particular, be sure to let me know. If I'm talking anything, NBA, NFL, college basketball, college football. Maybe I didn't bring up something that you want me to discuss or you just want to know my opinion on. So please let me know. All my contact information is on the credits at the end of this episode. If you want to be a guest on my show, be sure to email me, contact me via Twitter or Facebook, anything like that. Once again, my email and all the rest of my contact information is on the credits at the end. Go check out MoneyballSportswear.com. I cannot stress that enough. great clothes. You're going to love them. They're affordable. Like I said, you're going to look cold. You're going to have a little swag to you. You're going to appreciate the clothes. You're going to love. You like Nike. You like Under Armour. You don't like Moneyball. I'm just going to be real with you. It's just a different logo. I mean, but it's still cold gear. Actually, they might be a little bit colder. So go check out Moneyball, sportswear.com. The only way to ball is Moneyball. Once again, thank you for tuning in. And you guys will see me tomorrow after this Thursday night football game. Hopefully, I'm pretty sure I'm right. So, I'll probably just be saying like I told you so. Let's stay disappointed. We're going to just scratch that off the record. I'm not going to say that. So at the end of the day, you'll see me tomorrow. We'll bring us some more football and possibly even some more basketball. See you guys tomorrow.